Hello, everybody out there in Twitch and D&D land. How are we doing today? We are back with the second part of this session. And yes, as you see, we are currently missing one of our other players, but, you know, circumstances have arisen, but we will continue nonetheless. Remember, if you are interested in joining our community, you can always join our Patreon. But if you just want to support us by some mundane means, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe here on YouTube. Bop, bop, bop. But anyways, you all begin your travel. Heading northwards, further into the mountains themselves. Looking at the tremendous peaks that ripple throughout the area all around you. Now, as difficult as your journey was to begin, now it is getting far, far more difficult. The wind has subsided, the snow has given you a little bit of respite. However, the peaks themselves seem malformed, sharper, cut into edges. Now, Goatwin, you're perfectly fine, of course, traveling, but you have N on your back, so, you know, N's perfectly fine. I do require Gabe, Kothar, and Nolth to give me survival checks, though.
We're using our whatever they were tied to each other, but
yes. So if any of you fall, you can catch each other. And I'll roll Kothar's.
Nice.
Nice. It took you a whole day to become acclimated to this harsh environment, but here you are, acclimated. You're starting to move much more easily, realizing the sharp edges that would have previously caused you all to fall to your deaths, and knowing where to step and where to travel to best avoid those type of situations. Now, as you are traversing across this incredible landscape before you, you do start noticing some interesting things. Inside of the sides of this monolithic mountain range, you start noticing tunnels closer towards the peaks. Each peak has their own tunnel. And at this high altitude, air is becoming a bit scarce for you to breathe. It's much, much more thin than you're all used to. So, you get about halfway through the day and you all have to create a camp to begin eating some food, resting a bit. If you did a forced march through this range, it might actually just kill you all. So, you all sit down, probably at the end of Rowan's transformation. And you all just eat. Did anybody want to do something during your little rest?
Keep North from putting down the terrain.
That's fair, that's fair.
In's gonna do some, like, calisthenics, kind of, to, like, get blood moving again.
Nolf is just working on a stick.
Working on a stick.
Yep, starting to carve something. Working on it.
Alrighty.
Ronald, look around for anything interesting or of use.
Roll me a perception check, please. $18. That's high enough. As you found this decent little plateau for you all just to sit across, the mountain drops in a sheer fold, maybe 60, 80 feet down to where the clouds begin. And you start looking around at the higher mountain ranges. And in the entrance of one of those tunnels towards the top of the mountain's peak, you see something glisten. Kind of like a shimmer as you look at it and light reflects off of it.
How far up is it?
It's on a different mountain than you're currently standing on. Maybe 120 feet across and maybe another 80, 90 feet above where you currently stand.
North.
Yeah.
Come here for a second.
Okay.
Do you see that? And Ronald point.
When she points it out to you, you definitely notice it.
Yeah. Right.
Shiny.
Want to go investigate?
Yes, but I think we need to use a rope to get across.
How far away is it?
120 feet across, 80 feet up.
Does Gable see them
We don't need
staring
to.
off into something?
Oh, of course, yeah.
I'd get us over there.
Oh yeah, with their
Yeah.
thing.
Want to?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Gabe, as you look over, you're going, what the fuck are they? Bink! They disappear.
Not on watch right now.
Yep, that was a stipulation.
Yep.
Well, not on watch. I can wander all I want.
I knew Nels would be the only one to be game without question.
We have the Chaos Crew in this group. All right.
I swear I'm putting a leash on that, whatever it is.
It's not just me.
But anyways, as the two of you appear inside of that chasm, or not chasm, that tunnel, you look around and the tunnel itself looks brown in its coloration. Like the mountain up here is this soft brown looking color and exterior. It's incredibly smooth, but has these jagged ovals every 6 inches or so. And then the ovals themselves start cresting outwards across about 10 inches each. And as you teleport up here and land, you look to your left, and there's a suit of armor attached to a frozen over dead guy.
Gable moves up to where they were and tries to see what they
You
saw.
cannot.
Cannot.
Oh, roll a perception. Okay, yeah. Look. I thought you were saying, I walk over there. I was like, no, you don't. 17 is just barely high enough. You see them, but you don't see exactly what they're looking at.
How far are they?
120 feet across, 80 feet up. With nothing between those gaps.
Yeah, we're on a different peak.
Yeah, different mountain.
Different mountain. Okay, so...
Now, the tunnel before you does stretch forward about 80 feet or so, and then it has a drop downwards.
What kind of armor is that person?
That
Yeah.
armor? It looks like half plate.
Dude, it looked like it would fit Gabe.
Roll a nature check.
Remember, you found Gabe's map plate. Nature. 13.
I mean, might be a little snug on him. It definitely looks like a smaller frame, but maybe because the guy's dead. Who knows?
Ronald will walk over to the dead guy and kind of grab the chest area of the armor and kind of shake it. While she's doing that, she'll be like, "No, will this stuff fit you?" Shake it.
1 second. You touch the body.
Son of a.
The moment you touch the body,
No, I
the
don't
jaw unhinges. I'm so scared.
Rowan
It echoes out of the mouth without the jaw moving at all.
craps her pants.
Wait, one sec.
it,
Do I know if this is undead?
it looks dead and it just spoke.
Gabe,
However, I would like initiative drawn between the two of you.
Gabe could have told you if he was there, but
It's not
you went
dead.
off to
It's my
another
duty to
peak.
kill it.
Okay, wait. Gerald, there's a special way I'm supposed to hit initiative, and I forget what it is.
Select your token and then hit the initiative button on your character sheet. Wow, has it been that long since we used initiative in this party?
Well, I have been gone for a while.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. All right, come
and I'm
on.
not tech savvy.
Come on, character sheet. Work.
There we go.
Come on, you can do it.
What? When did my initiative become 0?
Your bonus is 0.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. Alrighty, the sheet doesn't want to open for me.
Oh god, I'm out of wild shape probably, right?
No, you've only
Oh, we
used
did all
one
the
so
rest.
far.
Oh, thank god.
Yeah, you've only used one on this day so far.
Oh, then we go. Oh yeah.
So.
What race is Orth? Oh, North.
Orc.
Orc.
Orc. Okay.
Oh, is that
And the Orc and Rowan got into trouble again. Can you dimension door?
Okay. As the two of you are standing there, the creature begins wailing outwards and starting to shift, the body snapping in these very awkward, very, very disturbed jets of movement. And you notice this coiling vine all throughout the creature itself as it begins starting to try to lunge at you. However, Nolth, it's moving very slowly. You're going first.
I'm gonna stab it.
Stab it.
I will Eldritch Smite that.
When Gabe can do something, he will ask in that.
That hits. Ooh. Your Eldritch Smite is only 1d4? No, you didn't get your smite damage in there. Roll your smite damage.
Yep.
Is that supposed to be a 3rd level smite? 4th level smite?
It's a 4th level.
Yeah.
18 times 2.
Okay. Rowan, as the creature starts like jutting and adjusting itself, Nolth raises his weapon, shink, and just slices off its head as it collapses to the ground. Dead.
Oh.
That was all.
Time to do Senator Rights.
Gabe asks you that question, and hey, can you teleport all the way over there?
Huh?
Our friends got into trouble again, apparently. I didn't know if you could the dimension door.
That's not one I know yet. I'm gonna have to talk to Noth about it.
Hey, Rowan.
Please do, if he survives.
Do you mind taking the armor off while I do some ceremonial rites on it?
If I touch it again,
If I touch it again, I'll stab it again.
all
I
right.
mostly stab it. Simple as
Now,
that.
no, I will remind you that right now you're out of spell slots.
Yes, I know that. That's why I did that, but I hate the undead for passion.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Rowan,
we have an hour
over-
before we go back.
All right.
Rowan goes over and like starts shaking it again, try to get the armor off.
All right, you shake it aggressively, and the body just keeps lolling, and you start slowly shimmying, and like have him put his blade in to like rip the skin away from the actual armor, and slowly lift it off the body until whoop, you plop it off, and the body falls backwards. You do see in the center of its chest is this bluish-looking wound that has spread outwards, and right at the edges of this wound has these tiny little tendrils that like sink out into the skin, and you start noticing throughout the body where veins are, there are tendrils just like it.
That's not natural. I don't think.
What is that stuff?
Oh. I guess both of us could roll knowledge nature.
Religion.
Religion. Okay. Yeah, I think you get more if you half plate, Gabriel.
What's the AC of what you have?
Well, it's chainmail, so I assume it's just like generic chainmail.
Half plate is 15 disadvantage, but it's medium armor. Neither of you really know what the fuck. I mean, that is a person, first and foremost, but what is happening to its body, it's definitely undead. I mean, that was clear to you, and you don't know anything else about it.
Have less AC with this. Maybe we can give it to somebody. Wait, do I use? I actually can maybe use it. Let me think.
Rowan will take out her scimitar.
No, I can't. Actually,
Yeah.
I'll get the blue stuff with it in the chest.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
The wound begins kind of pulsating across the body.
Rowan pokes it more.
The body starts twitching aggressively.
I
She
stab
stabbed
it
it.
immediately.
Okay. It's still twitching.
Keep stabbing it until it stops twitching. And then back to doing funeral rites for the Raven Queen. So the undead doesn't rise up again.
All right. So everyone else on the other side, you're not sure what's going on. You don't see them anymore.
Yeah, it's moving again.
They just hear like yelling.
Gable just
I'll send him a message. Everything good over there?
Isn't it? Can message reach us?
Probably not, but Draco can fly.
Draco.
And he perches and goes, "The fuck?"
Undead. We saw something shiny.
You put it that way, for God's sake.
Well, what the
Nope,
fuck
that
happened?
is exactly what happened.
Yeah. We saw
Ooh,
something shiny,
shiny
came in, there's
plot
undead.
thing! Yay!
Carl, undead with half armor. And well, hey, that's somebody who wants half armor, and we'll be back in about an hour. We can teleport back down there.
He just flies back. He lands back here and goes, "There. Does anybody want a half-plate armor?"
no.
All right. And he just chills.
Gable just takes a seat close by in and eats some rations.
Short rest goes by.
You want to run? You want to keep exploring the cave, or you want to go back?
Yep, nope, let's explore.
Okay, back to exploring.
Wait, so they bamfing back up there?
All right, so we're ignoring the two of you, and everyone else keeps going. No, they stayed there because he only has 2 spell slots.
Yeah, I used one spell slot to get there, one spell slot to kill that thing with Righteous Fury.
All right, so we're ignoring the two of you, rest of the party.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So our rest is up, or are we still resting technically?
You guys completed an hour rest. You can rest longer if you want, but, you know.
Can we explore while
Moving
taking
them,
the short
or
rest?
should
Or
we
just
wait for
plan
them?
to walk?
What'd you say, Kothar?
Or should we wait for? I'm just asking the rest of the group. Should we wait for them, or are we just going to keep going?
Rowan's my
Milton and
ride.
Rowan have, yeah, and they have no idea what they're going, so we're just gonna have to wait.
Question, dude.
Or we try and climb up to where they are. Does anyone even know where they are?
They're across the ravine.
I mean, I can
Yeah, that's
fly
not
over
happening.
there and yell at them. Want me to fly over there and yell at them?
Please.
I would tell them to come back. Yeah.
He flies over as the two of you are starting to walk down the ravine, and you look down at the sheer drop that goes beyond either of your eyesights, and you hear from the other end of the tunnel, "Hey!" Both of you give me wisdom saves.
Wait, some tape.
All right, neither of you manage to scream and fall down the tunnel.
Okay.
But Nolth, you do jump and look back, and he goes, "We're leaving."
Okay. Not an exciting tunnel.
No, I've seen deeper.
Yeah. Okay, then we go back.
You have no idea how to. Okay. It's just. Definitely nicer. But anyways, North teleport bink bink. You have the plate armor in your hands.
Hey guys, we explore. Found this, and there's some undead guy, plant guy.
So you guys spell slots after short resting?
He does, yeah.
Warlock.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he just
Warlock.
used one of them just to get back. So he's
Yeah,
down to one again.
Screw it.
Just gonna smack him in the back of the head.
I duck. I expected it.
Yeah, he expected it. It's
That's
fine.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
And Gable
It's totally fine.
does when he brings his head back up.
You know. We
I wasn't
can't
expecting
follow
the second one.
All right, then
You know we
Gabe
can't
gets the
follow
back end.
after you.
What'd you say?
I said, you know we can't follow after you. Stop doing that. It's cool, but stop.
Well, I'm exploring. I found there might be zombies here.
Yeah.
Let's see. It had this like blue
They're pretty.
thing on its
They're pretty
chest.
locked.
Gabe,
See, does anyone know about this? It has like a blue chest with vines going through the veins.
Gabe, here's
Religion
a-
check, everybody. Go ahead,
and
Gabe.
uses divine sense.
Oh.
Religion check, eh?
Yeah.
Dice roll. 16.
Ooh. Bro. Okay, I'll give it to you. Kothar and Rowan. There are fungus or fungi that like to latch themselves onto already dead creatures and animate their bodies for shelter, nutrition, and to spread their pores into other creatures.
Aw.
That is not an all thing.
Do they share this information?
Rowan does.
I share this information.
So you might not want to wear that armor.
Oh yeah, the armor's probably infested with stuff. Anyone got some fire so we can burn it?
But it only gets you if you're dead.
For that matter, you might want to get rid of your clothes.
Yeah,
I'm good.
I'm good.
Dan reaches out while Noth is holding it and does shocking grasp.
Roll to hit.
She also has advantage.
Advantage,
Yeah,
it is
she has
armor.
advantage.
Yeah, roll again.
Metal armor.
They have advantage. 17 hits you, Nolth?
No.
No. As the hand touches it, you drop it at the same time and zzz, and then
It's
falls.
amazing we get anywhere.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, now it's been electrocuted, so hopefully that killed all the mold.
You could have just asked me to drop it.
This was funnier.
You could have asked. You could have let us know that you're teleporting over there.
To
It was
be
her idea.
fair, she suggested it.
Yeah.
Points at Rowan.
What?
Is rowing within slapping distance?
Yes.
Gable slaps.
Parry! Can I parry?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
It's parried.
Parried like a platypus. All right.
Hey, Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah, great show, man. Great show. But yeah, Jockey kind of like keeps sitting there and goes, yeah, those creatures are common this high up. There was a settlement underneath the mountain a while ago, and they came out from the Underdark, and, well, now they live here.
So basically, we need to stop screwing around and get going.
I
Right.
mean, no matter where we are on the mountain, things will try to kill us. Also,
Seems
Gabe,
reasonable.
with your divine sense, the range on that is 60 feet?
Yeah.
All right, you sense fiendish energy near you.
I'm smelling fiends in the area,
Looks
so
at N.
let's see.
Gabe knows N. That is like, you two have been together so long, you know N.
Sure.
It's not N.
Is it the
I
pack?
Who knows?
I know. In sense, we just need to get moving.
Oh, that's good. Well, the good is good.
By the way, Kothar, I turned off your camera while you were walking through your area, just in case.
Yeah, there was nobody in there, but I appreciate it.
If you want to turn it back on, I can do it.
It's okay. I'm like half up, looking up, half looking down, because I'm trying to figure all this out. So I don't want to like.
I gotcha. I
see
gotcha.
if I'm not paying attention to anybody. So.
No worries.
Yep.
So instead,
Let's
he's
get
just
one-
not going to pay attention to us.
Let's get while the getting's good.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
tie
paying
the rope
attention,
again.
you know?
Yeah, I gotcha. I gotcha.
Yeah, I'll help with my rope and have myself set up with my climbing gear and all that. So.
Alrighty, so you all go for your second track of this journey through the area. I would like another survival check from the three who it matters from. Rowan, I assume goat form?
Correct.
Alrighty. And I assume goat form?
Well, riding goat form.
Yes.
Elf ball.
Do I need
Don't I
to
get
do a
advantage?
Strength check now?
Oh,
Don't I get
I'm
advantage
thinking.
because my climbing gear? Climbing gear. Don't I get advantage or no?
Yes! Climbing gear gives advantage. Thank you for reminding me. Alright, that's considerably better.
Kothar?
Yeah, I'm still thinking.
Oh.
Give me a second. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize he rolled.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, so what's going on?
As you all begin walking outwards, Gabriel, you're making a very good pace and track, bringing up the front of this walk and endeavor.
Wait.
Nolth is just being careful. What?
Well, I was going to say I want to keep an eye on North, so he'd probably be in the back if he can.
So you're in the front. You're in the back.
Yes.
Alrighty, then Nolth in the front, Gabe in the middle, and you in the rear. You're keeping a very good eye on the surrounding area, and Nolth is being careful about his footsteps. He's kind of like looking straight down, doing the the drunk waddle, like the if I can see my feet, I won't fall walk. However, as this is happening, Kothar, you kind of swing your tail from side to side, you know, as you're trying to keep your body temperature up a little bit. And then you kind of accidentally touch the side of the mountain with your tail. And instinct tells you, fuck, I caused an avalanche. Ah! And you just fall because you thought you caused an avalanche. I would like Nolth and Gabriel to both roll me strength saves.
Joy.
Alright, Nolth, you try holding on as best as you can, but he just begins swinging. And Gabe, you kind of, you grab the edge of the rope, squat down, grabbing and just hoist upwards, causing him to like get a very quick momentary whiplash, just bouncing up and down. Kothar, you look down beneath you and you're like, oh, I can actually see the bottom, and that doesn't make it better.
No, it doesn't. No. I'd rather the clouds be there. Pull me up, please.
Gabe successfully grabs and starts hoisting you back up.
We'll call this even for yesterday.
Well, that was
already
enough
got-
excitement for the day. Let's keep going.
I've already got N and North and Rowan to watch. Kothar, don't add to the list.
You'll be alright, Dad. Climb back up. A little scared now.
So now, Gabriel, the party is forced to walk at a much slower pace behind Kothar and Nolth. Yes, absolutely. As the two of them are now walking one foot in front of the other very carefully, watching everywhere, taking the pittance, stabbing them, tink, 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 going, taking the pittance, stabbing, tink, 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 going. And Rowan, it's your choice. Actually, more realistically, it's Rowan's choice. Do you want to get to where the goal is and wait for them while you have your form, or do you want to wait for them and then finish the last track of this journey without your wild shape?
I don't have any dexterity, so we're just gonna goat all the way up.
All right, you goat it. The two of you make it up the side of this large, very, very steep climb. And as you make it to the top, you do see that you are entering into a tunnel up here. But this tunnel has a bit of a ledge over top that canopies and swoops down slightly as you climb up inside of it. And you notice it shields you very well from the wind. And up in here, there is a small little fire pit already constructed. Several tiny little tools that could be useful for crafting food and other choice things, as well as a designated hole for the bathroom.
Cool. Anne is gonna take, let's just say 2 of the torches.
You have kindling now, thanks to Rowan.
Oh, sweet.
Like proper roots to burn.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the kindling, and I've got a tinderbox. I'm gonna start it up.
Shink, 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 shink. It takes you a few minutes because it is a little cold and wet. But yeah. Nolth, Gabe, Kothar. Gabe, you're very frustrated with how slowly those two are walking right now, but it's better than you dying.
Fine.
Yeah. And of course, Draco just flies back, flies forward, flies back, crosses his arm, falls 80 feet, flies up, flies back and forth. Just never ending. Now, it has been roughly 6 hours of journeying before you make it up to this waypoint. Gabriel, Kothar, and Nolth, as you get to the bottom of this little towards the top of this mountain range, and you look up where your destination is, this is a straight rock climbing event, so I need athletics checks from the three of you.
Can
Do we have advantage with climbing gear?
Yes. Anybody with climbing gear has advantage.
Oh, great. So I got 7.
Yep.
I was about to say, are they within inspiration range?
T1.
I'd say they're about 40 feet away, so yeah.
Okay, inspiration to everybody.
You got this, dude. To all of you.
So D6 for everyone.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that. Who was that one?
6.
All right. Gabe, 13. Nolth, you're supposed to have advantage, so roll again anyways.
I always forget about that.
Yeah, you have the climbing gear, remember? We laughed at it.
19, so I'm 20.
So dirty 20. At that point, all of you make it to the top except for Gabriel, who's kind of stuck about halfway down. Your muscles are aching as you're like trying to pull yourself up, but then you slide, and thanks to the pittons in the rock, you're just like dangling there. Looking real pissed off. You're about 15 feet away.
Can I
Come
do
on,
a
old man.
what is it? Sip of
Misty Step?
Misty Step, yes.
Yes, you can. So as you're all looking down, going, come on, man, he just, bink, bink, appears. That's your second level spell slot.
Come on, guys.
Everyone else is already in. You're the one
I
having
thought-
difficulties.
I thought they were looking down at me, so I've teleported past them.
No, you teleported in there where they were looking down at you. Yeah. Unless you're like teleporting right behind them, like by 2 feet, going, come on, guys, and just walking in.
Yes.
Okay, I gotcha. So you all get over, and oh, Nolth, fire.
Fire. I immediately go towards the fire and start.
Yeah, and In has already got some like cinnamon infused oil. Cause that's In. They're gonna have oils on them, and it's like, all right, who needs a back rub? This has been
Yeah,
hard, and I've just been
Yeah.
writing.
Gabe raises his hand, I suppose.
So Anne will go over and do like a really nice back rub just to help with the strain of
Nails.
climbing.
Nails.
Yeah, like-
Gable's used to them.
That's like what like Inn's healing feels like. You know that little little thing that you put on your head
I hate that.
gives you the
I hate that.
tingles?
Don't. No. Jeez.
Tingle.
I'd rather die.
Would next time I sleep, if I get the spell Find Steed, would it be of any help?
Depends what you summon as your steed.
What? Let's see.
Well, let's look at the options. There's a
War
war
horse.
horse. War horses aren't really. They're bulky. They're large. They're strong. Not suitable for this terrain. Roll 20. Do your shit. Come on. Chop chop.
Not a camel.
Same thing as the war horse. Would not be a good call. Pony. No. Elk. Not really. Mastiff. Probably wouldn't be very helpful, but there are like other choice things you could do. Like I would allow you to get a goat.
Oh, okay.
Very
Since
large mountain goat.
well, what's the CR of the dire goat? That's the thing.
Dire goat.
Yeah, it's a thing. Giant goats. CR 1/2. What's a war horse?
I think it's like half.
It's also 1/2.
I think
I'm
it's
waiting
half.
for roll 20 to load. It's taking hours
Oh,
right
yeah,
now.
Mine's not loading.
Yeah.
It's a half.
I was thinking a lot of very ominous silences.
It's a half, Joe.
It is a half. All right, cool. So yeah, you could summon a giant goat or a dire goat if you want with your fine steed.
If it would help, sure.
The only reason Rowan and N don't have to make checks is because dire goat.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that for the next day.
Okay, but you have to prepare the spell the next day. All right.
Yeah, I'll
cool.
swap up whole person just for the trip.
Sounds good. So you're all inside of this tiny little cavern. It looks chiseled out fairly naturally, like this is something constructed into this peak and this range by itself. Notably, Nolth and Rowan, the stone inside of here is a dark gray stone, compared to the previous one that was brown. Very bright brown.
I don't know if it's a good thing for here or a good thing over there. What do you think? Is it a fleshish brown? Kind of a fleshy-ish.
Roll a nature check. Clay.
Hey, we weren't standing side on. That's clay, this is stone. Okay.
Yeah, that was the difference. It was clay.
I was thinking more of, hey, that's an Alaskan boar. No, it's just a dunk.
And interestingly enough, that was a lot of clay. But anyways, after 6 hours of travel, Jackie and Draco look at each other and they just shake their head and... Well,
Anyone else need some help kind of resting up?
nah, we've been moving at a very slow pace.
That directed towards someone?
Draco looks over at you. No.
Of course not.
Jackie just looks between the two of you. Concerned, worried, scared.
He always looks so skittish.
Yeah, he does.
Like a dog that's been hit too much. Poor guy.
You hit the nail on the head. He definitely does.
All right, well, I'm putting this away then.
What are we gonna do, En?
It's like a healing or a warming kind of like oil, and since you guys were, I feel bad
Why do you have warming massage oil on you, En?
It's me.
Good point. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, it's her. It's them.
So
I'm prepared for anything, I guess. Usually people would bring like stuff for wounds or whatever we might fight.
nah.
I should expect
mean-
this.
I mean, I've got Wave. I've got you, Gabe, and Noel. I'm set for a fight.
Bring all the comfort creature stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounded like a tempt fate to me.
Very much. I am set. That's the equivalent of saying nothing can go wrong. I'm prepared for anything.
I'm not in danger at all. Okay.
No, I'm saying I'm not in danger. Just I'm prepared because I've got meat shields.
I need sleeping arrangement, please.
Sleep order or how we're like.
Yeah, sleeping arrangement. Who's going to be sleeping at which shift? Shifts.
I'll take first shift.
Also
Alright.
take
last
second shift.
again.
Kothar's last.
Who's sleeping? I mean, who's taking a shift with Nolth?
I'll say Draco.
Damn it.
Oh, Ron, you want it?
What, you wanted Draco or did you want Nolth?
No, Rowan and Nolt are not allowed to be together.
Oh, no one said anything. Yeah. Me and Ron will go. We gotta take shift.
The
Alright.
Wander twins.
Jockey
No.
will go with
They
end
are-
shift.
Gabe will stay with Nolth.
You'll do Nolth instead of Draco?
Oh my god.
Alright,
Draco, stay with him.
Phrasing.
Draco will volunteer to do third. Rowan, do you want to be third or fourth with NPC or Kothar?
Kothar.
Alrighty. So, yet again, perceptions, please.
Who am I with?
Jockey. Do you want
Is he
him to do it? Or
perceptive?
he's a monk.
Yeah, he can go. I'll assist.
Okay. I'm not going to say if he's proficient or not, but he definitely rolled a natural 20.
Okay, cool.
As did Nolth. Now, Draco. He's good at those. Wow! I think this is the first time where the entire party did well during their watches.
You didn't have to add during their watches.
True.
He chose his words wisely.
However,
How far away from the top? Can I tell?
of this mountain, you're only like 20 feet away, but
Well, I
this
mean,
is not your
yeah.
destination.
I mean, how many more? I asked our
Draco?
yeah, how many more nights?
Well, it depends how quickly you guys want to move. We could have been there by the end of tonight.
At the rate we've been going.
The end of tomorrow night.
Okay, Gabe keeps his armor on for tonight, I guess.
All right. So, it is now nighttime. And you're sitting up, tending to the fire with Jockey, who kind of just like sits over at that archway where the wind whisks up a little bit and just dangles his feet over the ledge.
No fear heights, huh?
What? Oh, no.
Kind of one of my things, yeah. So this is nerve-wracking, the whole thing.
There's no reason to be afraid of heights. It's falling that'll kill you.
You have a point.
Yeah? He looks back at you confused. Okay.
Man. Is it weird going back?
Yeah. I don't wanna.
Yeah, I know how you feel sometimes. This is not what I'd rather be doing. But
So, you'd said something a while back. You mentioned that you might know who I was talking about? The people who asked me to, find the Darken? Need a refresher?
yeah, I'm lost.
When he was still just coming back to his senses, and you asked him, what are you doing inside of a darkened jail? He said that his friends were concerned about their child and asked him to handle the Darken for them. And because he owed them a favor, he went to do that.
Okay. Wouldn't happen to have been a massive, intimidating tiefling and a tiny woman who's even more intimidating, huh?
You know him? He looks back and kind of like tilts his head upwards where the shaggy hair parts around his eyes.
Yeah. We met and camera was falling.
How
Yeah,
is
we
he?
met.
How is he?
It's been months, but they looked happy. Actually.
For the first time since you've seen him, you see him smile. And oddly enough, as soon as the cresses around his cheeks lift upwards, you do see laugh lines that have just been dormant since you've known him. And he digresses in age maybe 5-10 years.
Yeah, they're good people. Serve turkey, even.
Turkey.
No. Was it turkey or was it a goose? It's a goose.
Either of them know how to cook.
Apparently they learned.
I wouldn't eat that.
Well. Yeah. And, your kid is charming.
I never met her.
She's cute. Kind of in, like, a weird way. Like, she's half him, half her. Like, not, like, there's, like, a line. Like, half him, half her.
That's... What's her name?
It's Claire.
You listen to him immediately break down.
Hey, Everything okay? And he'll get up and just like put a hand on his shoulder.
The moment you touch him, he very noticeably flinches away. As if he was ready to just jump off the mountain instead, but just leans a little bit away.
It's alright. I mean, I can give you space.
I don't want to die up here.
You think that's what they'll do to you?
I don't know. My mind says yes. I just don't want this to be where I die.
Maybe you'll get a second chance.
Are you planning on seeing them again?
Yeah.
He reaches into his back satchel and takes out several scraps of leather and molds and little chisels and sewing kits and just begins working on something. I'm gonna make something. Can you give it to them?
Yeah. Hopefully I'll be handing it back to you to give to them.
He kind of slumps forward and focuses very, very closely on what he is doing, and because of the status of your father, you've seen this before. He's shoemocking. He's making tiny little moccasins, very small.
It takes some skill.
I learned from my sister.
The only reason I know is from my dad.
Who's he?
He trades. A lot of people make things like that, and he helps them get good prices in cities.
He kind of stops for a second and turns his head towards you. What's What's your surname?
Syed. He's an elf.
Yeah. Lantier. Roll me a history check.
I am going to use my game advantage. This is juicy details that I want.
The Lantier Shoemakers are known throughout all of Claimstead as the finest and highest quality boots, riding shoes, general wear, moccasins that you can find. They are the people who directly make them for the nobles, though they've never done shipping before. It's always custom products that they produce. Custom orders. People seek them out to do so. And there's a woman who runs the shop by herself. As long as you've known, at least. And she's blind. But despite that, she still has the best service in Claimstead. Whenever there's a wedding, people seek her out to handle the shoes for whoever's going to be wearing them. And every night, every high esteemed nobleman who needs riding shoes, everything, she's the person that they commission.
You know, my dad exclusively wears shoes made by your family. If I wore shoes, I'd probably. But, you know.
Yeah. Not really a need. Now that you're seated there, you look at his shoes, and they are, despite everything else being so rough and so thrown together, his shoes are immaculate. They are proper mountain climbing monk wear. The cloth surrounding them is made of very fine, sturdy material. The ropes themselves are expressed beautifully across it with different colors and twines against. And the soles, since he's like sitting cross-legged, hey, thank you for the raid. The soles look perfectly smooth with just 3 grooves inside for climbing, for stability, and for leaning back to run. They're perfectly kept.
Funny. It's kind of a small world, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You should, whatever happens, don't mention me to her.
You got it.
Thanks. He keeps working on the, tiny child-sized moccasins for the rest of the night. So, your shift ends, you wake up Nolth and Gabriel. Do the two of you want to do anything?
Keep
I was
an eye
gonna
on
read a
Noel.
book. I was gonna read a book.
Go ahead, Gabriel.
Keep an eye on Noth, and he would summon Steep, but he doesn't have the spell yet.
Yep, not quite yet. So, Nolth, roll me an investigation.
Not bad for Noel.
Bad. As you open it, you kind of react to it how you see most other books are constructed and how they're laid out. And you start trying to flip through the pages quickly to find something, but
No, I'm
You
not looking for anything. I'm just
right, but like usually you'll read a diary from people, not an actual novel. That's your experience. So like you look for dates that might be interesting, you know, like when you're looking through a history book or something, you're like, wow, what happened during World War II? Let's go to 1944. That's where it's interesting. You know, that type of stuff. But because of the nature of this book, it is written as a novel, or more appropriately, a novella. much thinner novel, maybe only 90 or so pages. And you open it up to the very first chapter. Starts off very stereotypically. Addressing the writer of this book, his name is Harrington Smootbottom, but of course all of his friends call him Harry. And by the time you're done this book, he hopes that you will call him Harry as well. So, you complete just about the first chapter, which goes through his life being raised to be an advisor. Apparently, his father is one of the advisors to a council member on the Council of Many, and as such, it was going to be his expectation that he would become the advisor after him. You know, passing along the torch, as his family is so incredibly good at this task. Now, of course, Harry was amazing at this task. He was very truthful, he was honest, he was earnest, but he lacked one flaw. He could not stand when something was wrong. No matter what. He didn't like the idea of lying just because it's what you're supposed to do. He wanted everything to be the truth. And he wanted people to talk and work things out. But the advisor's job is to advise, not to command, not to initiate, not to argue. And as such, he was very poor in his studies with his father, always daydreaming of being in the backyard, running around, and playing with his little sister, Claire. So, one day, his father forced him to travel out to Faith to enjoy a show with him. Now, although he was excited to see the play, his father went there on a diplomatic job. He was supposed to be there during one of the deals for whom he represented, which, because of reasons he never reveals in this book. Now, Harry got to see the show, and he said it was the most phenomenal thing he's ever seen expressed. Valiant warriors running into battle, willing to do anything that they can to save the day and save everybody. And of course, him at that time, being only 12 years old, thought that that was the most amazing story ever told. So, after the show, he tried talking to his father about how exciting it was, but his father was very distracted with the work they were doing, and he told him to stop fantasizing about that stuff. Leave that to bigger people, stronger people, people who train for this. His job is to know things, to advise the people in charge. Other people's jobs are to save the world, not his. So, that evening, in the tavern, Harry saw the most beautiful display in his life. A fiddle player. A man who played a song so incredibly beautiful and enticing, Harry couldn't imagine a life without that sound, without that noise. And as such, he stayed up all night, his father going to sleep. Wee hours of the morning, little 12-year-old halfling sitting in the tavern just listening to the band play, loving it. And at the end of the show, he approached the man who ran it. The individual's name was Marsan. And Marsan seemed intrigued with him and offered to even tutor the young noble boy as he could. I need you to roll me an insight check, Nulth.
Yeah, that doesn't sound off at all.
I'll get to what you notice from the book. So, Harry, incredibly excited, ran upstairs to alert his father and said, I want this man to tutor me. I want this. This is what my life needs. I need to learn how to play that. I need to know how to make that sound. And his father threw the idea in the trash. So, The next day, they started their travels, heading back to his home, which, for the safety of his family, he does not reveal in this either, as he expresses. Harry snuck off, ran after the band, and he told his first ever lie that his dad said it was okay. Of course, you could tell that no reasonably minded individual would believe a 12-year-old was allowed to just run off in the middle of the night to hang out with a band, but the band seemed okay with it. And so they taught him. They taught him how to manipulate the crowd. They taught him how to play instruments, practicing every single day, every single night. And they stayed constantly on the move, traveling to the Tangle Woods, going further away south over towards Selder and Fionn, and beginning what appeared to be a world tour. So, along these travels, Harry was a phenomenal showman. He turned out to have an uncanny knack for playing the fiddle. And everybody loved it. So much so that everybody just focused on him. And ignored the fact that the other bandmates were grabbing things from people's pockets. They were using him as a distraction. Because you would never expect a 12-year-old, happy-go-lucky, joyous halfling noble to be a thief. This chapter ends with the band getting captured, caught after many, many different cons that they did that Harry was none the wiser about. He thought that they were just playing music and traveling to these places. These people were taking advantage of him. So, when he was about to be arrested, Marsan called out to the guards and told them that that child has no association with them. Apparently, Marsan had a little bit of a conscience. But he also slipped out that we have a hidden stash that you could use to bail us out, Harry. You could do this. You could be our friend. But Harry saw that this was the end of his chapter and decided he now wants to go into the world and make it a better place. And that's the end of your watch.
I like it. What's the insight?
The insight was the bandmates were taking advantage of him.
Yeah.
They used his lighthearted
Naivety.
nature and naivety to probably be amazing con artists. And Harry was none the wiser. Based off of how he wrote about the story. So, at 12 years old, he became an adventurer.
I start, yeah.
Yep.
Wanna go wake up Draco? Draco?
Okay. As long as it Gabe can keep his eye on Noth.
The second Gabe looks away. No, I'm just
Yeah.
grateful.
You walk out to Noth and kick him in the side. Wake up!
Oh yeah, that's this character who kicks in the side. It's the other character that kicks in the balls.
Yes.
And that's a monk too, so you don't want to fuck with that. But anyways, yeah, you kick awake Draco, who looks over and kind of just rolls over. Yeah, I'm awake. Leans up and ruffles his literal feathers as he is a birdman. And the two of you go to sleep. Now Draco has nothing to do, and then he wakes up Kothar and Rowan. Yay!
Rowan, has our watch ended? Or would you like to talk about anything?
I don't know. I mean, we could talk about a lot of stuff.
We could.
Like,
I'm really excited to get up to this mountain, aren't you?
yes, I'm sick of being a goat. No offense to N, but they kind of weigh more than they look like they do.
Wow. Oof. Whew.
It's
All
the
right.
hooves. Thank you very much.
It's just half. It's just half. You know, it's fine.
Yeah. Yes. How have you been doing climbing up the mountain?
Horribly. I hate it. Everything's
Yeah.
built for somebody that's built like tiny.
Is your skin hotter than usual? And Ron will reach out and try to touch his skin.
Oh, he's cold.
Oh.
Yeah, usually he's very warm, but in this climate, he is a cold.
Retain heat well.
Yeah. Yeah. If there was heat, he would try to retain it.
Do you
It's not
want to
fun.
use these furs, and she'll take the ones that she wears around her shoulders? Do you want to use this as a scarf? I don't really need them.
Yeah, I'll use it. Yeah.
She'll toss it at him. Poof.
Is it big enough to like kind of like drape around my like having like almost like a vest piece? Looks kind of cool. I could like tuck it up under like the skull. On the
Yeah.
left shoulder.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. It's like a fur kind of. Thank you. What's this from? Or is it just some random furs you have acquired over the years?
Yeah, it's like so many different animals I can't even remember.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I hope this is like a cool animal.
I mean, I'm sure there's a piece of a cool animal in there.
Roll me a D100.
Who?
You.
How do I do that?
/R space D100.
/R space.
Oh my god, there's a giant lizard. Sorry. I'm outside right now. There's a giant lizard.
A giant lizard IRL.
On my computer, yeah.
What are
Shoot.
the chances?
Shoot. See, that's why you don't live in deserts. But anyways. Rowan, yeah, you remember some of the animals you used for that. There was a couple of chipmunks, a few squirrels. That's when you found the den of skunks. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ron will reach out and be like, this one right here is a chipmunk, and this one is a skunk.
Didn't realize such a foul thing could feel so nice.
I know, isn't it
Skunk.
ska?
Yeah, it's very nice.
There's a
I watched
constant.
it.
There's always going to be a constant minor fragrance. Very minor.
Musk.
Yeah, just a musk.
A tinge.
But- But an attractive musk.
Depends on the person. Let's be honest here.
Interesting. Well, I appreciate it. I don't have anything I can really.
So.
Off of my old armor, I'm going to give Rowan like a trinket that they can wear as like an earring or like a piece on something they have. It's just like kind of a very old thing crafted from a long time ago that has like some emblems and designs on them.
She'll put it very delicately in her hand. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. My Gaudy, I know, but they like those to be in that kind of stuff.
Alrighty. So, the two of you go to sleep eventually, or wake up everybody eventually. Sorry, you're the last watch. Damn.
The fuck up.
Yeah, I was gonna make you two fall asleep in the middle of the watch. Everyone dies. GG. New characters. Let's go.
Like I said, before Anne wakes up, Gabe wakes up and summons his goat who licks her awake.
And you look over, and there is a giant goat that looks a lot like Rowan, but Rowan's sitting by the fire a little ways away.
How did we get another goat?
I remembered I can summon a steed, so I figured Nee here could help us out.
You named
We
it
picked-
Nee.
Nee, yeah.
What language did you give it?
What's it talking? What's it saying?
It can speak one language of your choice that
Uh,
you know
Elvish, I guess.
already. The goat
You've
walks
been
over.
climbing a mountain for 3 days, and you just now remembered you could make a goat.
Well, I didn't make it. I summoned it, and I never actually used the ability before. It was something I'd learned in Umbridge, and I just realized I could do it.
So, Gabe, important thing for me to point out to you. Now that you have summoned Knee, you no longer see Beefcake.
What? What?
That drunken high stupor you had all the way back in Umbridge, you learned how to cast Find Familiar and you summoned Beefcake. Which is why you and Beefcake got along so well.
Okay.
Beefcake's actually a battle boar. No
Yup,
fucking
he is.
way.
This whole time.
Yup. But now you have a new Beefcake.
My God.
It's a goat.
Is there any way we can use 2 goats to speed up the process without increasing the danger?
I mean, you still have to rely on 2 people moving, but now that it's only 2 people moving, I can say Draco and Jackie will assist both of them.
Yeah, either that, or I figured we can go up, take people up a mile and come back with the others, or a rope between 2 goats, or whatever.
Yeah.
That's right, Draco. Carry me up there.
Hey, and why don't you take a knee for a ride? He seems to like you.
Oh, okay. I can do that. I'll give Rowan a break.
Okay, sounds good. And after you head off, I'll write you a note, Rowan.
So
And I
Rowan
can,
just say?
I can communicate with me for 1 mile, so that way
Great.
I can keep track of Ann and make sure she's too
Dang.
far ahead.
It's a surveillance goat.
Yep.
Yep. And, Rowan, what did you say? Because I can understand you when you do that.
Yes.
Rowan just said shit.
Or would you rather have Nothul? He looks lighter.
No, he
No.
does not.
No, I do not.
He's shy of 9 feet tall, dude.
Yeah. Plus,
Yeah.
I don't want you two to get. Hey, Rowan's either me or Draco.
Oh,
Which
he's
is-
7'1". He's 7'1".
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's way more reasonable.
Yeah. Still tall as fuck, but
So, if I have the order right, we have Rowan with someone
Gabriel.
on their back, Gabriel on their back. We have N on the back of what is he who was previously known as Beefcake.
Yes.
Jackie will assist Nolth, and Draco will assist Kothar.
the goat that was formerly known as Beefcake.
Yep.
Yes, I was thinking that.
Yep. The goat that was formerly known as Beefcake. Alrighty, so Kothar, Nolth, you two are the only 2 who has to roll survival checks. With advantage, because you're being assisted.
Survival checks?
Yes, it's knowing where to walk, where to step without causing the need for a dex save, at which point it's probably already too late.
12.
13 and 12. Well, neither of you managed to make very quick time, but you are going to be moving slowly again today.
That's fine.
You listen to Draco literally sigh about every 5 minutes.
Well, question: how far away can we see?
Actually, let me roll for the weather today, yeah.
Draco, these footholds are not meant for someone my size. You keep pointing out the ones that are made for you.
I don't use footholds.
Hell.
He doesn't get more than a mile away from me.
Of course. Well, you're keeping up pace with them very easily
Yeah.
because Need and Rowan move at the same pace. But anyways,
Well, I mean, hang back with the other 2 because Nothul, you can't trust them. And...
well, that's not your choice. That's
That's right.
Rowan's choice.
Rowan's choice.
Oh.
And we certainly are not.
Down to 2. And it's just the brothers.
Drat.
Right. Well, the brothers might catch up and go pretty far ahead.
Rowan, we should probably stick back and keep an eye on those two. They, especially Nothel, gets into trouble.
You hear in the distance, screw you.
How loud do you shout that on the snow-covered peaked mountains?
After I crossed an ambulance the first time,
Yeah.
loud enough to be heard, not loud enough to be an avalanche. So,
Give me a con check.
gotcha.
Let's see how loud you are.
19?
Pretty fucking loud.
Oh no!
Hey guys, what are the odds that an avalanche happens when Noel screams across the mountain range at the very top of them going, "Screw you"?
What are the chances?
Let's see.
What are the odds, guys? What do you think is a good number for that?
1 in 100.
No higher.
Yeah, it's definitely higher than 1.
I'd say out of 10. I want to say it's 50-50 because I think it's a little bit less than a 50-50. Is it less than a 50-50?
So 40. You know,
I'll go
let's
35.
let's go with
Let's go
Ghost
35.
Boy. He said 15,
I was gonna say 35.
and I rolled a
50%.
47. So you're lucky you did not cause an avalanche. However, you do get hit in the face with some snow, taking 2 points of bludgeoning damage, Nolf.
And the second he does that,
I'm too far away for you to hit me.
You are very far away.
the second he does that, suddenly a knee reverses course. Yeah,
With Anne on top of them.
Yeah, within. I mean, we meet up. Okay, you take Rowan. I gotta keep an eye on that.
So wait, how far was the weather before that happens? Before the
Oh, the
knee gets
weather?
back?
I mean, your visibility, roll me a perception check.
It is. I can just blink us twice, about 1,000 feet.
And let's swap out. Apparently, I need to keep an eye on the
Yeah.
orc.
Not really.
You can't find a vantage point where you trust looking up from where you're stepping. Further away than a couple hundred feet. But anyways, after traveling for the better part of this day, you eventually start making your way down the mountain range. Now you are on the northern halves. I will use Frank to dictate where you are precisely. Here. You begin descending down this mountain range, and you get to smell something strange to many of you, especially considering your location. Salt water. Not terribly far away. You smell the fresh air, and you begin taking in those deep breaths that your lungs have been aching for the past couple of days. And you look forward at a beautiful set of tiny mountains that draw out a bridge across to this beautiful, gorgeous old temple. The temple has wide, blackened walls, and the interior of it is made of the same smooth stone of this mountain itself, as if it was chiseled directly from it. You all have successfully made it to your destination.
Kothar gives it like one of those whistles, like the like cow ones.
Roll for avalanche. From behind.
From behind. But yes, you've all now seen this beautiful, beautiful area. And I believe this is probably where we're ending tonight's session, everybody, because we are past when I need to go because my roommate needs to sleep because his work is stupid and makes him go to work at 6 a.m. So, players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, I hope you all enjoyed yourselves as well. Anybody who's watching out there on the YouTubes, be sure to click all the links down below, give us a like, follow, sub, all of that fun jazz, and we will be back again in just a couple of weeks. Or a week. Goodbye.
Bye.